One Mission, what's up? Danny here from One Mission. Hey, we got the Turkey Super Bowl coming up. April's right around the corner. I think we got like 2 weeks. We'll be in the turkey woods getting after it. So I wanted to bring you guys what's in my arsenal, because me and James Alessic are on a team this year. We are the Slim Shady Snood Boys, so stay tuned for that, because we're going to have a lot of action for you when you get out here chasing these gobblers. But I want to just bring you what's in my tool bag, what I use. It's nothing real fancy, and my vest is kind of it's just kind of a mix of a bunch of things that I put together that will work. So here you go. All right, so first off, this is my vest. So you can see this one's actually, funny story how I got it. While I was deployed, I was online, and I put in turkey hunting lot and seeing what was out there, and you know, there's a bunch of turkey hunting stuff, and I ordered a box, and this was in the box, and it's a Black's Creek. I don't even think they make it anymore. I believe it's a Michael Waddell edition. It's called the Turkey Tuxedo. If I could show you, yeah, see right here, kind of cool. Let me get this seat off. I'll show you that to you here in a minute. But there you go, the Bone Collector Turkey Tuxedo. So it's just you know, came in the box, and I've been running it. It came with a little pad. Don't use the pad anymore, but that's the vest itself right there. So holds a lot of stuff. All right, so getting into the vest, you know, when I put this thing on, everything's strategically put in here. So, you know, when I put this on, when I buckle this all up, but you know, I got a rope right here and I got a rope right here. So what do these go to? So on this side, in this pocket right here, when it's all zipped up, you pull this rope out. This is my owl. This was the Primo's Shocking Owl, but this is my owl locator call. Just keep it real quick and handy. You know, if something happened and I dropped it, I'm not dropping it on the ground. So that's why I have it attached to a lanyard to my vest. Put that one back in here. On this side, this one goes to a coyote call. I believe this is Primo's as well. Yeah, this is Primo's, just a hot dog coyote call. What I like about this one is I can, you know, especially if I'm trying to roost birds in the evening, if the owl's not working, you know, I feel like if the owl doesn't work, the coyote one will. But it's very loud with the barrel on it. But then you could take this piece off as well, and you can do the, I can't remember what it's the woodpecker. So you can do the woodpecker. This does a really high frequency. I feel like you could just howl on this piece as well to get the job done. So that's another locator call I use. Everybody's like, man, you don't run on a crow call. Crow calls never really worked for me. Owl and the woodpecker and the coyote, man, those are my locator calls that I like to use. So like, same thing, you know, something happens, I drop it, I'm not losing it, and just goes right back here in the vest. Those are the locator calls that I'm using. All right, so next, look right here, I got a pouch. In this pouch, I just got, you know, I got one call. Over here, I got a nice knife. I carry a net, face net. And then in this next pouch right here, I got all my strikers. So I carry quite a few strikers with me, because I think friction pop calls are probably my favorite. I like to work those more than anything else. And then, you know, I always carry a few zip ties in here. You know, so when you do harvest that turkey, you can put your tag on. Come over here on the inside, got my box call. And then inside this one, I always keep a trusty Thermacell with me, because you never know, you know, when those bugs are gonna act up. So I got a cover for it. So, and then in this pocket right here, same as the other side, I got two more pot calls in there. So we'll go over those in just a second. All right, told you guys I don't use the little pad that came on my turkey vest anymore. I actually switched over and I use this now. This is actually just I call it the predator seat. I started using it in Arizona. I took it on predator hunts so I could sit, you know, pretty much anywhere I wanted. And it's kind of the dilemma that I came to the consensus of here in Central Texas. You know, I noticed when you hunt, you know, I started hunting in Florida. hunt Georgia, hunt Alabama, North Carolina. But when you hunt all those East Coast states, you know, it seems like, you know, everywhere you look, there's a nice big pine tree, or there's an oak tree, or there's something that you can lean up against, you know, and get ready for the turkey that's going to come in. Out here in Central Texas, I found myself in many scenarios where I look around because I hear a turkey gobble, or it's real close, or one that's working his way in, and I'm over here like, where's Waldo, trying to find something that I can lean against. I have back problems, so I am not a fan of laying in the prone. I have done it, but I'd prefer not to lay in the prone. So I came up with this. Bought this seat in Arizona. When I moved out here, I went ahead and got some camo netting, and I got some, it's called Fabri-Tac. It's a fabric glue. Took it, glued the whole camo net on the back of this. This actually has a pouch in the back right here. Throw some water bottles or some snacks in there sometimes, depending on how long the day is going to be, if I'm doing a midday run or something. But it's got 2 buckles right here that hold it closed. And clip those buckles, and it opens up. So I carry this on the back of my vest with a carabiner. It just hooks to both of these. It also helps keep it closed. But when I get there, take it off, deploy it. These straps right here, as you tighten them, it will keep it, you know, closed or open more, and then it gives you plenty of back support. It's also got steel ribs right here in these sewn portions. But yeah, it's what I found that works really good for me. Just not a fan of those pads that come on the turkey vest these days. I know Alps makes a great vest, you know, that has I think Taiwi makes I would say it's the same vest, just, you know, maybe a patent was expired or something and they were able to use it. But, you know, they make the one with the supports are already built in. Phenomenal looking vest, you know, looks like it's got a box call pouch, all that real nice stuff. And then Primos, I know Primos makes one, it's called the Rocker. And it actually has the bottom of this with these straps on, and the straps just go to your vest, so your vest is your back support, and then you just have that as for your seat. So I think that's pretty ingenuitive for them to design that. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm just running that with the vest I got. Seems to work good for me. It's not too cumbersome. It's not too big of a deal to set up pretty quick. But you know, I think it cost me $30 for the lot for the box of turkey hunting stuff. I paid, I think, $15 for the seat, so $45 I'm in the hole. And you know, you got the Alps, that's like $140. Taiwi, I think, is $120, and then the Primos Rocker, I believe, I think it's like $90. So saved me quite a bit of money just running it the way I did. It's like I said, take something, make it yours, make it unique, and roll with it. On to the next. All right, so as for calls, these are just Woodhaven covers. I don't have Woodhaven calls, but you know, I wanted something to kind of keep my calls a little bit protected. So as you can see, I was kind of messed up because I had to heat it up a little bit and bend it so it would cover this call. But this is a Night and Hail Long Spur series. I've been using this one, I don't know, probably last 5 years, 5 or 6 years. I actually killed my bow turkey with this one last year. Just clucking and purring. Same thing, this one's all kind of bent up, but I had to use it, do that so it would fit on this call. But this is a Quaker Boy Magic Touch. Nice glass call, glass pot, and glass over slate, I believe. But yeah, this one sounds really good. Really like that. And this one here is an Old Betsy slate call from Primos. This is a normal slate, Old Betsy. I don't know if you can read that. Love this. The only thing I like over glass over slate, the only difference is that I like is sometimes I feel like I can get a little bit more finesse with the slate, but the slate I notice to me is a little quieter. You know, you can't reach out there if the wind's blowing or something. You know, this is definitely, as I start working them in, I'll switch over to this because it's a little easier a little bit more forgiving. You don't mess up as bad on these. But these glass calls, I mean, they can reach out there, definitely reach out there, and you can really get that sound through the wind. It'll cut through the wind pretty good. I am going to be buying the Cluck glass call, but I actually might buy the Cluck slate because then I'll have 2 slates and I'll have 2 glass. The box I'm running right now is I'm running the Juke box by Flextone. This is a waterproof one. I got the Primos, I guess, box silencer on there, just so when I'm walking in, it's in my vest, you don't hear that squeaking all the time. And like I said, I love my strikers. So this one I just got, this is a Primos 777. Sounds very good. I mean, it's a phenomenal striker. I can really manipulate a call pretty good with this one. This is a redhead. This, I believe this is maple, I think. But what I like about this one is it has a flanged head versus, you know, your traditional striker head. So this one I can really get some really good purrs out of this one, purrs and clucks. And this is just another redhead, kind of a laminated, you know, layered call. So it's pretty decent. It's a little bit more flat, not so much round. This is, I think it just came with one of the Primos calls. Yeah, it's Primos call, so it's kind of got a, you know, a hollow tube on the top. You know, it sounds pretty good. I think it's just made out of pine. I don't think it's anything special. Then I got another redhead. This is a combo wood. I wish I could sit here and tell you everything about them, but you know, all I know is that they all have their different sounds when you put them on the different calls. You know, some are a little bit more raspy than others. Some are a little bit higher pitched than others. You know, I just play with it when I get out there. I love pot friction calls. I think that was probably, I started off with a box, and then I went to mouth calls and then friction. My mouth calls, I don't have those. I tend to lose those ones pretty often in the woods, so I'm actually gonna get a pack of the Cluck calls. They have a bunch of combo series, so I'm gonna look at their different combos and see what they have. I'm gonna order, you know, a pack of those, run those this year. I don't usually do mouth calls too much until they get in close where I don't want to be manipulating a friction call or a box call. And so I can just, you know, focus on the bird and focus on my gun and, you know, try to get the job done. All right, along with those calls, you know, I like to, there's things that you need to keep on you. You know, I carry multiples of these just because I don't know, when it gets in the heat of the moment, I drop things, lose things. I've had to go back and get strikers multiple times, but, you know, carry some chalk. This is just Primos that comes in a little case. Primos chalk for your box calls. Carry a couple pieces of sandpaper. This is for your glass calls. And then you carry a couple pieces of this Scotch-Brite SOS pad. I just use these, you know, for your slates. You could buy one of these and you cut it up into little squares, and then you can buy sandpaper and you can cut it up. And what I do is I leave multiple in my center console during turkey season. I leave a bunch of sandpaper, I leave a bunch of these, and then I usually leave at least one of these in my center console. And before I get out on a hunt, I double check and make sure I got everything I need to take. And to freshen up a call, you know, or a striker, you know, the sandpaper is good for freshening up strikers too. When I get out there, because I'm telling you, it was probably the toughest thing I've had to deal with. And it was only my fault, but I went out to a spot and I had a turkey hammer in one of my glass calls. I think it was the Longspur series. I just, you know, I don't think it was the call. I think it was my striker. And you know, at that time I was only running 2 strikers, and the one that sounded the best, or at least that turkey was responding to, I had to stop using it because it just didn't sound good. It sounded terrible. So, you know, always keep something, you know, check yourself before you leave, and you can freshen your call up. You can freshen your striker tip up, you know, freshen it up. And then you're ready to start yelping. So, just tech tip for me, man. Keep that in your vest, and you'll be getting on from there. This is the gun that I've been running for a few years. I found this when I was in Arizona. This is a TriStar Upland Hunter NWTF version, 20 gauge over under. So pretty sweet rig, really like it. And And then I always have my rounds back here. The rounds I'm using, I used them last year, and tell you what, like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So what I ended up going with last year, and it was kind of more or less not getting to try out what you wanted to try out. It was kind of you bought it if it was available on the shelf. So right now I'm using the Federal TSS, and this one is the 7 and 9 combo load, inch and 1 5/8 ounce, 3-inch load. So it's a I shot a coyote at 40 yards last year with these. The only thing I shot a turkey last year with my shotgun, but I shot that with number 5 Remington number 5s. Sorry for the shaking, my table's not very stable, but Remington number 5 shot. Then I switched. I found these on the shelf at I think it was Cabela's, I believe. That's where I went and they had it, so picked it up, shot a coyote at 40 yards with this, stone cold, didn't move. Heck of a round. I'll tell you what, this TSS, if you can afford it, it's worth it. You know, people say, you know, it's expensive, but everything I've aimed at and shot at with that hasn't moved, so I think it's worth it. The chokes I run in mine, I know there's a lot of people out there love the Indian Creeks, not knocking Indian Creek, think they're great chokes. I ran a Primo's Jellyhead and a 12 gauge for a long time. What's another one out there? I think I had an HS Strut Undertaker choke. I ran that one for a little bit, and it was a good choke. But I wanted something that I could run this TSS through safely. You know, there's a lot of forums out there where people are saying, you know, you could run TSS through a regular turkey choke. I don't like taking, you know, I only live once, so don't want to take the chances of something happening to me. I need to come home to my family. So I went out, I got the heavyweight TSS by Carlson's, and this has got a 0.555 constriction. I run that on my top and my bottom. Had no issues at all with these. I mean, these chokes are phenomenal. You know, shot that one turkey with the number 5s. I think I shot him at 7 yards and he didn't go nowhere. And then I shot, like I said, I shot that turkey at 40 yards, stone cold. Neither of them moved. So Carlson's heavyweight TSS, if you got a 20 gauge out there, you looking for a choke for TSS, I think this is a very good choke that you should put in your arsenal. I'm gonna put this back on there. I'm just running a universal bead on the front of that too by True Glow, very bright. I put this camo netting on there. It doesn't interfere with my looking down the barrel, but when I tuck into these cedars and stuff, I mean, you can kind of see it kind of breaks up your pattern, you know, breaks up the gun's pattern a little bit. I don't know, probably not necessary, but I like to just do little unique things to my gear. Makes it fun, makes hunting fun, you know, just kind of come up with something that's a little different than everybody else, you know, because if there's one thing I learned about hunting, be yourself and make it your own. Don't follow everything that everybody's doing. Take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and put it all in your arsenal and make it your own. Come up with something that you think is awesome. You know, a million people run a crow call, like I said, and I think a coyote call or a, you know, breaks down into 2 calls, and I can also do a woodpecker call. I think that works for me. So just because somebody else isn't doing it doesn't mean it's wrong. But I just wanted to give you guys a synopsis of what's in my vest, what I'm running all the time. Like I said, you know, I have a vest, a net that I wear in the woods as well. Because this hair, man, it'll get you in trouble sometimes with those weary hens. Those hens, I'm more worried about a hen than a gobbler in the woods, I feel like. But yeah, got mouth calls coming. Probably another slate call going to be coming. But we're going to be ramping up here soon. Remember, Slim Shady Snood Boys, give us a like, give us a follow. We're at One Mission. We're going to have a blast this spring. I'm actually also going to be in another turkey hunting contest on Fort Hood. It's just against the general public. You know, everybody's hunting on Fort Hood. If you wanted to be in it, it's $5. So $5 gets you in. I think right now the pot's up to $65. So if you win, you get $65, you know, gift card. Or I think there's also a pot call, custom pot call if you win. So should be awesome. But I want to wish you guys luck this turkey season if you're already after them. I know some places are, you know, out back east it's already open. So if you're out there hunting right now, good luck. If you're getting ready, gearing up to hunt, remember, don't be scared to branch out and do your own thing. Just enjoy the hunt. Get out there, enjoy God's country, and try to be successful on that mission. Thanks for watching.